Sharpologist.com.
In a previous video, I discussed how you could get a good traditional shave inexpensively with products purchased online. But what if you don't have the patience to wait for those products to be shipped? What if you want the instant gratification of buying something in a local store and using it for a cheap shave right away? There are actually a few options available to you, assuming you are willing to make some compromises for a cheap shave that's still a good shave. You may think the key to a cheap shave is a cheap razor, but it's actually the blade. The typical razor cartridge from the store runs around $4, while a double-edged blade goes for about $1, and a lot less than that when you buy them in bulk. Do the math. And a single blade can work just as well as a multi-blade cartridge, and in some circumstances, it can even be better. You just need to adjust your shave technique to use it effectively. More on that later. One thing you do need to know about, though, is that double-edged razor blades may all look the same, but can actually have very different specifications, different metallurgy, coatings, and blade edge grindings. So it's important that you try several brands of blades. You'll probably find that some work better than others. Of course, you'll need a razor to slip those blades into. Unfortunately, your options are pretty limited here. Unless you live in a large city with access to specialty stores, you're probably only going to find 1 or 2 brands of double-edged razors in the big megamarts, either the Vanderhagen double-edged razor or the Microtouch 1 double-edged razor. Both are based off the same design, and neither are particularly well built, but they're good enough to get the job done. If you have a Target store in your area, it would be worth checking to see if they carry the Bevel shaving line. While the Bevel razor is more expensive than the Vanderhagen or the Microtouch 1 razors, it's a much better built tool and probably worth the higher cost in the long run. Okay, you found an inexpensive razor and blade, but you're still not quite done. You'll need some kind of lubrication for that blade edge to glide across. Don't get that $1 can of pressurized goo. It may be a cheap price up front, but you won't be doing your skin or the environment any favors. Spend a little bit more to get a product that works effectively. Some good choices that are widely available include Cremo Cream, Pacific Shaving, and Kiss My Face. You may even want to try a shave soap, though you'll need a shaving brush to use it properly. And the creams I just mentioned will work even better when applied with a brush. Like double-edged razors, your local options for a shaving brush will probably be quite limited. More than likely, you'll probably find an inexpensive Vanderhagen brush. It would be okay to use, but you will probably want to upgrade it to something better. Cremo Cream recently launched a shaving brush, and if you have a Target store nearby, you may find the Bevel shaving brush. Luckily, aftershave products is an area where you will probably find pretty decent, inexpensive, widely available options. Just look for an aftershave balm that doesn't have alcohol as a major ingredient. Shaving technique with a double-edged razor is a little different than shaving with a cartridge razor. The main thing is the importance of maintaining a correct angle between the blade edge and the skin. Cartridge razors set this angle for you, and you don't have much control over it. You must set the angle yourself with a double-edged razor. One way to set the angle is to hold the razor so the handle is parallel to the floor, then rock the head down until the blade edge just makes contact with the skin. Then lock your wrist and move your arm as a unit to maintain the angle. You'll have to adjust your arm slightly as you move over the various contours of the skin. It's also important to use as little pressure as possible on the razor. Just let the razor glide along the skin without pressing down. You may have learned that you should shave in the direction that the hair grows in, the grain. This is particularly important if you use a cartridge razor, but if you're using a razor with a single blade, you may be able to cheat a little bit, as long as the stubble isn't too long. While you're learning to shave with a double-edged razor, just try taking strokes that go straight down. You may not get the closest shave right away, but it will help you learn to maintain a proper blade angle. If you find yourself getting some razor burn or irritation, then try shaving with the grain, but you don't have to be a slave to it. Follow these guidelines and take a look at the rest of the videos on my channel and the Sharpologist website for a ton more information on how to shave properly. Hi, my name is Mark, otherwise known as Mantic59, and my channel is all about what your father didn't teach you about shaving.